saying.
Does that make sense?
Yep. So turn.
Yeah.
Towards each other.
Yeah. Just kind of
like this. Like when I need to look at you, I turn like this. Thank you so much for telling me.
Do you know how
and teaching me.
Do you know how to turn your head and look at people?
You teach and you tell.
You break, I fix.
It's very similar.
It's one of our laughing words.
It is one of our laughing words. Tell people about it.
Okay, you guys, we're gonna make a reel. We swear.
Yeah. Well, we've made lots.
We have.
It's not that you haven't.
Yeah.
It's just
but
in
we
the
are
queue.
gonna do.
It's
We
in the
are
queue.
gonna do this. Oh, do you think we need any more light?
I could turn on those, but I don't know that it's going to do much.
I don't think
it's dark.
It's not. It's okay. Yeah. I just, we don't have our studio lighting.
No, we didn't bring our boom mics. Or is it boom mics?
It's boom mics and what are those lights called? They have a name.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, the point is we're going to make a reel.
I have 2 brain cells left.
And
neither of them are going to come up with what those lights are called.
The audio is a guy saying, if someone's offering you $5 million and what you have to do is pick one friend and you can only say one word to that person and they have to laugh.
Yeah.
But that person doesn't know you're trying to win the $5 million.
No.
You've been proposed with this. And so you think, what friend can I go to and say one word and they will look at me and laugh.
And
at first we thought it wouldn't be us.
Yeah, maybe we don't ask each other because we feel like we have friends who just naturally laugh a little bit easier.
Like where we could just say like a goofy word and they might laugh.
Like you could say fart. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like we could pick a child.
Yeah, you could pick a kid.
You could pick a kid and then just go fart.
Yeah.
And maybe they would laugh.
Lachlan would laugh for sure.
So we were mulling this around because obviously we feel like this could happen any second to us.
Someone is going to offer me $5 million.
We really had to think about it. But then we came up with like, okay, there are lots of inside jokes between the two of us and there are lots of words that are inherently funny.
Yes.
But enough to get an instant laugh.
It was tough. So what did we do? We scrolled through all of our old episode titles, and we just giggled.
Oh my God. every other one, we were like, oh my God, remember that. Oh my God, that thing. And then we started to narrow it down.
We have a really good list, so be on the lookout for the reel.
It's going to go on the reel.
It's going to be funny, and I think
it's going to be funny.
It's going to be funny, I swear.
Laugh.
You better laugh.
And if you do, maybe someone will offer you $5 million.
They'll offer you $5 million.
Yeah, offer.
They'll offer you $5 million.
$5 million.
So anyway, but we are contenting. We are on the cruise, as you can see, and
Yeah.
probably hear. We might sound a little different.
Yeah.
But
Because these mics are so cute.
They're very cute
so
mics.
cute.
I've really struggled in the
Yeah.
mic department in the past when we travel, and I really locked in.
Yeah. You locked in with Lachlan.
I locked in with Lachlan this time around, and I found what I needed. I was on like the 5th Amazon page to find these, and I think that's
why are they
sick.
so low?
I don't know. Because surely someone
There
else
are
is needing this
multiple.
exact scenario.
I mean, everyone has a podcast.
Everybody has a podcast these days.
Everyone has a story.
Everyone has a story. We'll see how that
And then
sounds.
everyone has a podcast. We just met. Who did we just meet?
Y'all, we met Tanner's mom and sister, Midge. What's the mom's name? Oh, I should know that.
I know.
That's okay. But Midge, he says Midge a lot, and that's why we know her name.
Well, he repeats their names a lot as part of his stimming, I believe.
Yes.
And everyone's names, but he calls mom, mom.
Yes,
So
yes.
unless we're looking at the graphic,
correct.
we forget.
So, in case y'all don't know, Tanner is from Love on the Spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
A lot
He
of
goes to
y'all,
Clemson.
a lot of y'all have probably watched it. I had not watched the first 2 seasons, but we binged the 3rd season. She had already watched it, but she chose to watch it again with me when we got.
I'll watch it again.
Yeah, again and again and again. I want to watch it again. Show my family.
The most pure, holy, precious, beautiful, educational, inspiring. It's the best TV.
Yep,
and it's beautifully shot.
Yes,
edited. Obviously the people who are in the cast are incredible, and then the people they are trying to date and fall in love with, but then you have their families. You have their families. And so we're on this cruise. She has just binged it in Miami. We were supposed to go out that night. Instead, I said, let's turn on Love on the Spectrum. You have to watch it. You have to watch it. Within a couple episodes, we kind of looked at each other knowing we were not going out.
We were not going to go out, and we knew we were going to eat food in our beds like trash.
Yep.
And we were going to put on the robes provided, obviously.
Correct.
and much like we're in our robes now.
Sure.
And we were going to just sit and watch that until 1:30 a.m. And that's what we did.
And we did. And I cried and cried and
Yeah.
cried again.
Yeah,
and I've
did.
already seen it. And I still
so-
cried. And then Kristen was like, I have a tear.
Yeah,
rolling down my
I had a
eyes.
tear right here.
And so she finally gets to see these people who I've watched all 3 seasons and really have gotten to love and know. She got to see them. We're on the ship today.
Yeah.
There's a fun game show that's kind of like Date My Daughter.
Yeah, Date My Daughter, kind of Bachelor style.
And the guy who's
What's his name?
Logan
Crosby. Yeah.
is a up and coming country star who Robin, Heather's mom, loves.
Yes.
And she was like, he needs to come on the cruise.
Yes.
And perform. And so they were like, all right, well, let's do a Bachelor style with Logan as the Bachelor and then people from the ship who were coming on. And I had gone down to change my suit.
Yep.
I come back up. I sit down. I look at these beautiful women and their moms. And I'm like,
You're like, wait
Kristen,
a second.
she looks just like Midge and her mom. And she's like, it
is
is.
them.
You idiot.
It's Midge. My brain kind of fizzled out when she got back. It was like, oh, she's back. Watch this. It's really fun. Little did I think to be like, by the way, that show you're obsessed with, 2 of the stars are on the stage.
I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
And they were so sweet.
So
and
we
great.
went up afterwards.
Yeah, and great on stage. Well, and she got chosen.
She did. She won the contest. Of course she did. We
Of
knew
course
that.
she did. I mean, the body is tea.
Oh, it's sick.
The body is sick. And her mom's body is sick.
Sick.
I mean,
Insane. No body fat.
no body fat.
Yeah.
They're both tan.
Beautiful.
Just
sweet with those big smiles.
Yes, yes.
And they're so proud of Tanner, and then had lovely things to say about Connor and the other folks
They
on
did.
the
Yeah,
cast.
so we sought them out afterward and they said such nice things and they've started a podcast.
yes, the
and
mom and
So if y'all need a microphone recommendation, let me know because I now know about these.
right. So that's where the whole story started. So other people who have podcasts now, Tanner's mom. If you want these microphones, hit us up, girl.
Yeah,
Love you.
Hit us up. Hit us up. Love you.
Hit 'em up. Hit 'em up. What is that?
We've heard
Bring 'em up. Bring 'em up.
Yeah.
Good music on this cruise.
I think we've probably heard that song on this cruise, y'all. The music is
so good.
top tier.
Yeah.
It is speaking to.
You're pleased.
I'm very pleased. It's speaking to millennials very much, but it's also speaking to younger generations.
Yep.
We've heard a lot of Chapel, a lot of Charlie, so y'all know we love that.
Absolutely.
But then we're hearing
lots of Charlie.
Then we're hearing "Take on Me."
Yeah.
and we're hearing
Lots
some
of 80s classics.
Some 80s classics too. I mean,
The DJs are doing a great job.
They have multiple DJs.
Yep.
and they do different sets around the ship. I have loved it. Okay, how do we break this down? How are we going to break this down so far, y'all? We're only on day 3 of the trip of the ship.
Day 3.
Yeah, and we still have a full day tomorrow, and then we leave the next day.
That's right. I would like to start with just overall
Yeah.
our general feelings about this cruise.
Okay.
About how we think it's going
Okay.
as far as like quality,
Oh yeah,
swag,
yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
And then I think it will help spark all these random memories of
Okay.
stories that we've wanted to tell.
Okay, do we want to tell them anything about Miami?
Yeah, we do. Actually, let's start with Miami.
Let's rewind.
Okay. Rewind.
Rewind. Okay, y'all, we did fly standby.
Yes, we did. Thank you to Alicia.
Alicia. Sorry, it's the way that it's spelled. We love you, Alicia. We're so sorry.
Well, we
It's
have
the
an
way it's spelled.
Alicia who helped
Yeah.
with the buddy passes. We have an Alyssa who
Yeah.
were on her flip cup team on the cruise.
Correct.
Both are DMing us nearly at the same time constantly.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
like keep it in my brain.
I forgot about the flip cup.
Yeah, we have. Wait, that's tomorrow?
Okay. Oh my gosh, I just had a little heart attack.
Yeah.
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Woo! Okay. So anyway, we did. Y'all, we flew standby, and I know some of y'all were nervous about that.
Yeah.
No worries. We got bumped from the first one, but they said we're gonna put you on this flight, and then you're just gonna Uber 1 hour to Miami.
Yeah, so there were lots of flights coming to Miami that day.
Yeah.
But there were so many people on standby. We were number 29 and 30.
29 and 30 on standby, you guys.
So
Whoa.
we couldn't get on the 6. Then we were told we couldn't get on the 7. We were most likely not going to be able to get onto the 8. And just each person ahead of us was going to get those spots, but they were being bumped as well.
Yes.
We knew that was, a possibility.
Yeah.
Now, the good news is we live in Charlotte. It is a humongous airport.
Yep.
And there are so many flights going to different parts of Florida. So what we ended up doing is they switched us to West Palm Beach's airport.
Yep.
I think it's PBI or something like that. So switched us to that at 7:45.
Yep.
We go over. Of course, we sit at the wrong gate for 40 minutes.
Oh, we did.
Then we finally are like, that says Scranton. And Kristen's, you're going to hurt people's feelings.
Well,
it's okay. It's funny.
It was just, I think it's true. I mean, it was true because, listen, the people flying down to West Palm sitting versus the people that are flying to Scranton.
Yes.
When we noticed it was Scranton, I said, oh, okay, because this group is giving Scranton.
Yeah, she said, this group's giving Scranton. And then we went over to the West Palm Beach one and we were like, and this group is giving West Palm Beach.
Absolutely. And if I was flying to Scranton, I would be giving Scranton.
Right. You dress in theme.
I would dress in Scranton.
You'd be wearing a Dunder Mifflin shirt.
I would have on my Dunder Mifflin sweatshirt. Of course. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it all made sense once we did look around. We were like, okay. This is
even just the hats people are carrying on. Very different.
Oh my gosh.
Scranton to West Palm Beach. And y'all see, I'm sitting in front of the hat.
Yep.
This is the smaller one, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. This is the small hat.
Dear God.
That my friend got me. Thank God. Because my bigger one hasn't come. When the big one comes, will I make content with it? You know I will.
Of course you will. But
I'll
look at the size of my head.
Yeah, look how big. And that's
YouTubers. It's huge. It's the size of this artwork and all the meow balloons. Do you love this? What a throwback.
Look at the meow.
Remember when we had ats balloons?
ATTS.
Now it's meow.
Meow.
Which then I said, meow me.
Meow me.
So we came from meow me.
And then here's our porthole.
Yeah. It's a magnet.
This is a magnet. And we don't have a window in here, but we don't need a window.
No.
Because the eyes are the window to the soul.
Yeah.
And this is a window to the Bahamas right here.
That's right.
So know that.
Which we're just circling.
We are. Y'all, we went to Bahamas yesterday, and as I just mentioned, there's still several days after the Bahamas stop. Well, where are we going? And we realized we're just circling in the ocean between Miami and Bahamas, which is not very far. Our boat is just circling.
So we're like, hey, United States. Hey, Bahamas. Hey, United States. Hey, Bahamas. And that's where we're going. And that's it. And that's okay because there's lots to do on this ship. We don't need to get off. But I do see the appeal of going to a different port each day.
Yes,
and
I see.
Just getting off and exploring.
Yeah, if you choose to get off and explore. Because, I think I just love the
4
thought
days,
of the captain being like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Why am I here?
Captain, we know his name.
Okay, we're gonna get into.
So let's stick with Miami. Hold on.
Okay, let's stick with Miami. You start talking.
We get down to West Palm Beach, and that was easy peasy.
Yes.
So we got switched over. We get down there. We still have to Uber back to the Miami airport though, because keep in mind our checked bags are there.
Yes, our checked bags are in Miami.
They thought we were flying to Miami.
Yes.
So we have to Uber to Miami airport. It was a little bit of chaos to try to find our bags.
It was.
But it was fine.
We were feeling a little nervous.
And I had Kristen's right away, which is, honestly, here's the thing.
Thank God.
I know. If they were going to lose a bag, I'm glad that it was mine and that we found hers immediately because she needs her things.
I think my things are just so very, very specific.
So very, very specific.
That it would be hard. I mean, but listen, Miami's got a lot. So I could have driven around and tried to restock myself with the things I need, but it would have been a double dare challenge. I mean, it would have been.
We wouldn't have been able to binge love on the spectrum.
We wouldn't have been able to do that. So thank God they did have my bag, and then we did find your bag after some finagling.
Again, being told another wrong number. It's like everyone was just like, oh yeah, go to gate 4. No, it was 14. Go to baggage claim 22. No, it was 25. Do that. It was like,
we were struggling.
Okay, go to Pier 6 for the Uber, but you have to walk to 7 to backtrack to 6 because there's not a cross point. It's just like, does it have to be this complicated?
I want to say to Miami Airport, definitely. Like, it's time to maybe pull a Charlotte and switch things up a little bit and do some construction. And there's going to be growing pains, but we will understand because it was actually so painful.
We will understand.
To try to get through that.
Okay.
So pray for us.
Thank you. Keep the vigil lit. So we get our stuff. We get to our gorgeous hotel, the National Hotel. It's a historic one built in 1939. It's on the National registry of historic hotels, which I love that. Of course, I had to go look at the sign and read all the things.
You did.
And it was beautiful. So thank you to Matt for booking us this. It was kind of part of Kristen's birthday. He wanted us to have a very nice hotel to stay at. Now, I said I could find us a Quality Inn.
She did. She did claim she had connections to Quality Inn.
Yeah. Well, just some points. And I wanted to be able to use them and gift that to you. But then when I saw the National Hotel, I remembered who I was with. And,
that's right.
But the difference is, and Kristen did point this out. She said, the thing that's rad is like, yes, this is beautiful and nice, but I would have done a Quality Inn
we
too.
can go anywhere.
I can do anything.
We can do anything.
That's really nice
because
about
we make our fun wherever we go.
Correct.
We make things nice wherever we go. We're going to find good food wherever we go. So it truly doesn't matter.
But it was nice.
It was very nice. Y'all, 2 days before our trip, we still didn't have a hotel. So Matt says to me, he's like, so have y'all decided where you're staying? I'm like, no, I think we're just going to do like hotels tonight or something. And he was like, can I just book something for your birthday?
I know. Okay. I know that I knew it was killing him.
Yeah.
That we were just going to wing it.
We were raw dogging.
But here's the thing. We just didn't know if we were going to get down here.
True.
We were flying standby. And so I didn't want to book a room.
That's true.
Be on the hook to pay it.
Yeah.
And then maybe be like, all right, we didn't make any of the flights. Do we want to wait until Sunday to continue to fly standby? Or should we hop in the car and start to drive? And then if that's the case, we're going to need a hotel in like Savannah instead.
Right.
I mean, so there were options, and I had it all taken care of.
Yeah.
As the one who is going to take care of her.
Yes.
When Matt is not here, I take care of the things.
Yes.
And I do it. And I had it all arranged and lined up. But that's not enough for Matt Timmerman.
No.
He cannot fathom that you
would be
have to rely on me.
Well, then I would be like almost a lost baby bird.
But you wouldn't be, because I was taking care of it. I had all the plans.
I know, but these men, they just feel like they need to protect and take care. They do.
Yeah.
I know you're Deb, and I know you got it.
I got it, though. When you're with me, I got it. Maybe with some of your other friends, but I got it.
I wasn't, honestly, when I said to him, we don't have it booked yet, but we'll figure it out. That wasn't a cry for help. I was just letting him know, I'm not sure where we're staying at, babe, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Next time, just tell him, I got it. Okay?
Listen, you were happy to stay at the National Hotel.
It was a beautiful hotel.
It was gorgeous.
I just want him to know that he doesn't have to take that on.
I know. He knows
because he already does all the other vacations and books all the things. So, like, let me do it.
No, he knows, but he delights in it. Let him do it.
If he delights in it, if Hospitality Mount wants to do it, then let him do it. And it was a gorgeous hotel.
Y'all, we got there and it was like, what the outside of it truly was giving White Lotus. Some of y'all saw that reel that we made.
The pool in the back, just long, skinny, surrounded by palm trees and all these beautiful places to sit and lounge. And
let's tell them about the food.
Oh boy.
Yep.
The food was fantastic.
The food it was so fresh. I mean, that seafood had just crawled into those nets.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, it was so fresh. The
flavors were perfect. We got shrimp tacos.
The flavor balance.
The flavor balance, from the acid to the fat to the freshness to, it was perfect, to salt.
The salt.
It was just
a little bit of oil.
Everything perfectly. So we got shrimp tacos, and then we got this amazing poke bowl. Like a tuna poke bowl.
Tuna poke bowl.
And every part of that was perfectly seasoned and made as well. I mean, it's like almost ceviche, because that tuna has been cooking in that acid and limey sauce, and
oh my gosh,
we inhaled it. It was just like, no more talking.
We
just eat.
This
is the time to eat.
I want that right now.
I do too. I want it right now.
That would be so good.
We could maybe pop back by there once we fly in. No, once the ship docks.
Once we get back.
Because once the ship docks, we'll have to look at what time it is. Maybe we could.
We maybe could.
Maybe we could Uber Eats it to the airport.
We could see our friends again.
So let's talk about our friends. So we not bumped into. No, we didn't. We were lying out. We were gorging on our food.
Correct.
We were then
drinking our frosés.
Yeah, drinking. Well, they gave us the little samples.
Yeah.
So smart.
So smart to give a sample, because we were hooked.
Oh my God, they were so good. We were like, okay, fine. We'll get one.
Yeah.
We'll get one.
Yeah.
And we'll just lounge by the pool and it'll be fab. And then these guys who were kind of sitting over by the bar, but very close to us, were like, hey, do y'all want to come over here and talk to us? And we're like, I don't know.
And they were older gentlemen, like let's say in
their 50s.
In their 50s. These are
Probably
not
in their 50s.
young men.
No, not young men.
Yeah.
And
then they were like,
we'll buy you another frosé.
we're like, sold.
Yeah, sold. Our frosé had just ended.
Yes,
It was
yes.
delicious. It was hot.
Yeah.
So we would love this little icy thing. And they're like, we'll buy you a drink. Okay.
Okay, fine.
So we're like,
so I kind of took your lead on that because I was like, are we gonna? I was
feeling them out.
You were feeling them out, and also I felt like I needed to channel Jen Davis when we were in DC. Just being like,
You never know who you'll meet.
yeah, and just kind of like, are these people cool?
Yeah.
Are they acting right? And they were straight away.
They were straight away acting right.
Totally
it was like, where are
normal.
y'all from?
Yeah.
We said, from Charlotte, North Carolina. We're both married. We have 5 kids between us, all
Yeah.
the way from 6 to 18 years old. And
Yeah.
they're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And they were just very, very nice and complimentary.
Yeah.
Nothing like creepy about them.
Nothing creepy.
You could tell that they were just having a boys' day.
It was a boys' day.
And that they were truly delighted just to have someone else to talk to besides their boys.
Yes.
I think that they travel together all the time.
Yes.
They're hanging out all the time in Miami. They all have homes in Miami and all over the world.
Yep.
Come to find out, and they weren't revealing too much, but slowly but surely, each one of them was starting to like tell the other one's business.
Yeah, they would sort of give us a little tidbit about this guy over here. And then that guy would share a little story about this guy next to him. And so we were like a puzzle, putting the pieces together.
Yep.
And how much was one of them worth?
$400 million.
$400 million. And these men have multiple businesses.
Homes.
All over the world. Homes.
Jets and cars and all the things.
It
And
was
like,
wild. I mean, and it's not that it's like, oh, money that we're impressed with. Like many of the Miami ladies probably are.
Sure.
For us, it was just like people, A, live like this.
Yeah.
And B, you're just casually sitting out here with your friends.
They just came to the National Hotel on a Saturday because turns out one of them dates one of the waitresses.
That's right.
So one of the pool waitress girlies has been dating one of the guys for 3 years.
That's
so they
right.
come there and they drink, and then of course she waits on them, and then they all give her huge tips.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they were giving the huge tips. They would pull out just
Stacks.
Stacks. That's the word. Stacks of $100 bills.
Yeah. And just they were like, oh, they fought over who was paying the bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it was like $600 and something dollars.
they're like,
and
"Let me
like,
do
no,
it."
I got it. No, put your money away. Don't do that. No, let me get this time. And then they're like, because you're going to get dinner tonight, and that's probably going to be like $4,000 to $6,000. So I'll let me take the 600 drinks because I got dinner last night and that was $5,000.
It's
just
crazy that people
listening to
live
them-
like this.
Listen to the talk about money, like in the way we would talk about tens.
Yes.
They're talking about thousands. And the way we talk about thousands, they talk about millions.
Yes.
And so that is so fascinating.
It was.
to
It
listen
actually.
to that.
It really was.
Yeah.
fascinating to me.
And like how they make their money, like
Yeah,
what-
and we did.
it's
We
just
asked them that.
food service.
Oh, y'all, we got some hot tips that we
An
are.
app,
I
you
would-
know, whatever.
I was texting like as they would say something that was kind of giving away, like, oh, this thing is the hot new thing.
Yeah.
Or y'all, I'm going to invest in this. I was
Yeah.
texting Miranda on the side, being like, invest in this, do
They-
this, do that.
Should we
because
tell them?
Let's wait.
Okay.
Let's wait until we can.
Get some of our own.
Yeah, get some of our own.
Get some of our own land in that place that they said that we needed to buy.
And I believe them.
I believe them too. But
what
these
they
are just
said.
these are smart guys.
Yeah.
They have clearly made a lot of good choices.
Yeah, and a lot of them have been through hard stuff too.
Yeah.
I should note.
Yeah.
Some
And
hard things.
like, and the only time that like I even touched one of the guys was he was telling me his mother had just died in January,
Yeah.
and he got very emotional and started to cry. And he was like, I just haven't. I don't think that I've dealt with this yet. I think that I am, trying not to.
He was like, I have not grieved.
I have not grieved this.
Yeah.
And he started crying. I'm like, let me give you a hug.
Oh yeah,
And
I'm watching this unfold. I mean, Miranda is just like so sucked into his story and just listening and nodding along. And he just broke apart and was like, "Let me tell you these things."
Well, he said
This does not come as a surprise
No.
at all.
Well, he said, I don't think I've cried yet over this
Yeah,
or whatever.
and then he started to cry.
And then, because I'm asking the right questions.
You were asking the right
I really
questions.
was genuinely just, oh God, that's so hard. And it sounds like you really took care of her and blah, blah, blah. So not only did she die, but now it's like, who do you take care of? He's not married. He doesn't have kids. So he was just like, he took care of his mom, and that was his whole life's purpose. And he's so glad that he made money and could do that and get her the best of the things.
Yep.
And now what? Now what does he do with all of that?
Yeah.
And so
I think he was having a crisis of the mind.
He was.
Kind of like, I do want a wife and kids.
Yeah.
It was like, now that this part of his life has ended.
Yeah.
He's thinking about that. And also I think maybe opened up to you because here we come along being like, we're both happily married for so many years and we both have all these kids.
Yeah.
And but also we're still having fun and we're down in Miami and living our life. And I think maybe he looked at that and was like, I need a wife and kids.
Yeah, maybe I've been doing this wrong. Maybe I've been thinking this the wrong way. So anyway, like, give him a big hug. And,
you did.
And was just like, it's okay. And like, there was nothing weird. They just didn't.
I never felt. It almost felt like my dad. I mean, I got to be honest.
It felt like hanging with like a bunch of like our dads and their buddies, and then just listening to their stories about life.
And I think they enjoyed telling some of their stories. Things that the guy that was stabbed in the face.
Oh yeah, one guy was stabbed in the face because he grew up in New York. And he was stabbed. He was jumped when he was 20 years old, and it slashed down his face.
Almost lost his eye.
Then he was, I think, shot twice or something. Like,
one guy was just hit by a car not long ago. He has these huge scars.
All on the left side. They've reconstructed his body basically. Yeah. So just scars head to toe. And that happened in the last year. So I think that they were just like, oh, these girls are very, very captive listeners.
Yeah.
Just tell them. And again, we weren't interested in how they made their money. I'm talking to you about how your mom died, this accident, how you were stabbed, how you grew up. We don't give a shit about their money. We're not taking any of their money.
You're
we're
so
not,
right.
And they even invited us to dinner, and we're like, no thanks.
Yeah.
Like, we've had our time.
Yeah.
Like,
this was fun.
Thank you for buying us some frosés.
One of them did want to invest in the pod.
One of them did want to invest. He was like, okay, well, how do you want to grow it? How much money do you need? And we were like, no one's ever asked us that, so we don't know the answer.
It was actually really weird to think about. He said, if I gave you $10,000 for the pod, what would you use that for to grow this? And we both had no answer for that. We don't know. Hire someone? Yeah, get advertised? I don't know.
We genuinely don't know how to do it because we've never had enough money to even think about how to put it back in to grow it. Right. We're just trying to pay the bills.
We're just trying to pay the bills and be clever and funny on the mic and put out good content. But it was and
go on a cruise.
It was actually a moment of like, oh, we should think about that because who knows?
We should think about that.
Who knows what's going to come along? Maybe someone will offer me $5 million to make you laugh with one word, and I need to be prepared to spend that money. I need to know how to spend it.
If we get $5 million, I think that will be good. I don't know.
You think we'll stop the pod?
No, I think we'll keep going, but we'll pay ourselves.
Yes, we will pay ourselves.
I'm taking your $5 million to pay me.
Yeah,
yeah, that's nice of me.
Well, but if you're the one who laughed at the one word, then we're splitting that money.
Perfect. Well, then we don't have to pay ourselves. We're now $2.5 million richer.
I think I'm going to say this. If I ever come to you and just look at you and say one word, just laugh.
Just laugh. That's exactly what I was going to say. We need to stop overthinking this and just know that if you're looking at me with Rumpelstiltskin. That's it. See how easy that was, folks? And we've finally closed that loop on that story. Whoa,
wee wow.
Anyway, that was Miami.
Miranda did go down to the beach. Hopefully y'all saw that reel.
Oh, they saw it.
And I think many of them loved it.
That was a funny
reel.
It
was so funny. But we did go down to the beach and we saw two people in a fight.
Oh, yeah. We saw two people in a fight. We walked right up on it.
Yeah.
Girl, boy. And the girl was saying, show me the last text Ashley sent you.
Yep.
Right now.
Show me right now. Pull out your phone and show me.
Pull out your phone. And he would not do it.
He would not show the last text.
He would not do it. And of course, he tried to be like, you're acting crazy. Why are you saying this?
The gaslighting.
Yep. Lower your voice. She's like, I will lower my voice when you show me the last text. Just open up your phone right now and tap on her name and let me see the last text right now in front of me. And he was like,
I really wanted to go up to him and be like, show her the text.
Yeah, I wanted to say, girl, just leave him.
Yeah.
If you can't be with someone and you're constantly wondering what the last text they sent a girl named Ashley was, just leave him.
Yes.
That's not how you want to start a relationship. That's not how you want to stay in a relationship.
Yes.
Just abort the mission now.
Correct.
Leave now.
You should trust him completely.
Yes.
And she does not.
She does not trust him.
Understandably.
I don't trust him.
I don't trust him at all. And if I ever never see him again.
Yeah.
In the streets. I'm going to ask about the text.
Yeah, I am too. So
that was it was thrilling though. I mean, y'all know we do like a little mess.
Just going to the beach for that alone.
Yeah.
I will put my toes in the sand and almost fall in the water if I can hear what this couple is arguing.
You're right. It actually was worth it for that.
It was worth it for that. And it lasted 4 whole minutes, and then we did a photo shoot and we were gone.
Yeah, we high-hosied back to the room to watch Love on the Spectrum.
Yep. You binged that. We got some Uber Eats. We got some great Greek food.
Talk about that. Talk about that dinner.
I just went on Uber Eats and was like, which one has the highest ranked, food and the lowest delivery fee, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
And this Greek place came up and the chicken looked so good in the pictures.
Yes.
And so we got it. I got some extra sauces because we love a sauce. So it came with like a Greek salad. I got us extra olives, of course. And then the chicken and then that really good jasmine rice.
The rice underneath the chicken. My mouth's watering talking about this.
The chicken was perfectly cooked.
My chicken was beyond. And those sauces.
Like a lemon tahini.
I just dumped the sauce over all of it and just swirled it all in the box, right in my lap, sitting in the bed.
Yep.
And just shoveled it down my gullet. It was so good. You made an excellent choice.
Thank you.
Couldn't shut up about it.
No.
I kept going on and on.
We were just so happy because we were eating food. We were in a beautiful hotel
room. We had made it to Miami.
We got our bags, like all the things. And then we had Love on the Spectrum, which is the happiest thing you could ever watch.
Yes.
And then we passed out. Oh, now luckily we had stopped drinking those frosés at like... 6 or 7?
Yeah, 6 or 7.
So, and we weren't too drunk or anything like that, but I definitely felt like we had like a little bit of a buzz. And then we ate, filled our bellies.
Yes.
And then we were able to continue watching the rest of the show. And when we were able to sleep great.
We really did. I slept just fine.
No, and then we didn't have any anxiety or anything like that. We weren't hungover whatsoever the next day. So it was like just the right amount of drinking. We're very mindful of that. We don't want to be messy, sloppy. We don't want to lose control. We want to be able to sleep.
Yes.
And we don't want to hang over. And we don't want to feel like crap the next day. So for us...
Because then it's all just a waste of money.
Yeah. Then what was it all for?
What was it all for?
You know what I always say? What was it all for?
You always say that.
So we were happy to wake up the next day, get ready.
Yeah. We were just like, boom, boom, boom. Get ready, pack. We put on our outfits we were going to wear onto the boat.
Oh, they would not give us any extra time for checkout.
Now, if we had our original girl, she would have given us
Kafira.
Kafira was so nice at check-in, and I wish we had asked her.
She was so delighted that I knew how to pronounce her name. Yeah. I really thought about it. I stared at her name tag for a very, very long time because it was an extremely unique spelling.
Yes.
And then in my head, I put all my pronunciation rules together.
Yes, you did.
And I said, is your name Kafira? And she was like, you are the first person in my life to ever say it correctly without having heard it first.
She said, you are the first person ever. And she was probably our age.
Yeah, oh, yeah. If not older, I would say.
You're the first person to ever pronounce my name right.
Whoa. Wow. Okay.
At that moment, we should have said, on that note, checkout? Can we get like a 12 o'clock checkout?
That would have been clutch at that time. But instead, I was like, listen, our check-in time is noon to 12:30. We need to boot scoot boogie out of this hotel probably by 11 anyway.
Yeah.
But then I was just like, we woke up at 10.
Yeah, we were dragging a little bit.
It felt tight.
Fine. We got ourselves going.
We just stayed up so late watching the show.
We did. We were having a great time.
But we got on the way.
We got on the Uber. Then I had a 911.
We got almost all the way to the boat.
Y'all, I had a 911 and it was a big oopsie poopsie. And I feel that I don't do stuff like this often.
You don't, but this is a great lesson.
And so it was hard for me to accept that I did that. So we had to iron some things at the hotel
because there's not an iron or steamers allowed on the boat.
No irons, no steamers on the boat. And so we were like, let's go ahead and iron some things that we know are going to be a little wrinkly. So we do that. Well, the very first theme night here is White Night. Yeah. For the Masters.
Yeah, the Masters Party.
Party.
T-E-E. And so it was kind of like a white party, of course, with hints of green if you wanted to. Yes. So Kristen had this gorgeous white dress.
A white dress that I had ironed because the material was very wrinkly. Yeah. Well, I finished ironing it. I'm like, I'm going to let it cool down, and I'll put that in my bag last to try to keep it as less wrinkled as possible. And so I lay it on my bed. Well, y'all, the color of this dress is the exact color of the bedding of this hotel.
They're both bright white.
Bright white. I mean,
And it has ruffles on it, so it looked like the sheets of the bed just crumpled up.
It did. I never glanced at it again.
No,
it's not
you
even
ironed
like
it and you threw it down.
I put it on the bed, and I never thought or looked at it ever again.
No.
What a fool.
What a fool.
So we are getting close to the cruise ships.
Which was like, this is a $50 Uber ride. Yeah. It's only 3 miles, but it's 36 minutes because of Miami traffic. The
traffic's so bad.
And we cross the bridge. We can see the boat. We're like, oh, there's our ship. And Chris said, well, what did I say? I said something about Paige.
Here's what it was. You pulled something. This was serendipitous.
Yeah.
She pulled something up on her phone, and it's a top that has a gold.
It was an Instagram ad. I was fed.
Okay. Well, Instagram saved us.
Yeah.
And it has a gold hand on the top, and it looks like it's pinching the shirt. It's very cute.
Yeah.
And you show this to me, and you say, I've seen this. Who wore this? I said, oh my gosh, Paige. And I sit with that. I said, she wore it on Summer House. And I sit with that for 10 seconds, and I go, oh my gosh, I left my dress.
Yeah.
I left my dress on the bed.
Because Paige had worn that dress.
So the dress that I had ironed and put on the bed, Paige also has worn that this season on Summer House.
And then she clocked it like, I don't think that I pulled it off the bed.
I said I didn't.
We need to go back to the hotel.
I mean, for a minute I said, just forget it.
No.
Let's just get there.
No, we're not forgetting it.
Oh,
We're not forgetting it. We're not forgetting it. It was too beautiful of a dress. I knew that you really wanted to wear it. It was a showstopper.
Well, it was a very cool dress. I've never really worn anything like it. It was cool, and I do like that Paige. Cool. I ordered it before I ever saw Paige wearing it, by the way.
Oh.
I had already ordered it.
Oh, my gosh.
And when we saw her on the show, I said to Matt, oh my gosh, that's the dress I ordered, and I think I'm going to be wearing for White Night.
And he was so excited about that, I'm sure.
He was.
Yeah.
He really was.
I know,
like,
Matt.
Oh my gosh.
He was like, oh my God.
He clutched his chest.
I cannot wait to see you in a picture in that white dress. Are you kidding me?
Far, far away from me.
Are you kidding me right now, Kristen?
So all those dreams came crashing down. But Miranda said, no, we're going to turn around. Luckily, we had the world's nicest Uber driver.
Who understood us.
He did understand us.
Thank God. I mean, of all the times we needed somebody to really understand us because we were having some language issues with some of the Ubers on this trip.
Yeah.
But Junior, he was like, I will turn right around. I said, just do whatever you need to on the app to like adjust the price.
You can charge us more if you need to.
Like it basically was 2 full trips now, which we understood. So he drove us right back to National Hotel. At first, they could not find it. We were like, it was 15. Well, it was 30 minutes ago.
The room had just been cleaned and it was not in there. But I go to the front desk.
Lost and found.
Our girl is there.
Kafira
was there. And I said, y'all, did they bring down a white dress? And she's got it in a bag and hands it to me.
Yeah.
So perfect. Nice. So we go back into the Uber and he took a different way and we got there quick.
He took a different route. We still got there in time for our check-in. So it was fine. We were only like 15 minutes after the window, but it didn't really matter.
I was sweating.
They give you those windows, y'all, but they kind of don't really matter.
matter.
Nothing really matters except for getting on the ship.
Yeah.
Don't be late to get on the ship.
It's so true.
When you dock, don't be late. Don't cut it close to come back on the ship.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Everything else is figure outable.
Yeah.
Whether it's dinner reservations or
shows
or karaoke or what the ever.
Yeah, there's wiggle room.
Everything is figure outable. So don't stress. This is supposed to be relaxing. And we are the queens of relaxing. So take some tips from us, except for when you leave your dress. But it's okay.
It's fine. We got it worked out.
It was fine. We got it worked out. And like I'm just gonna be like, Kristen, of course we'll go back and get it. It's fine. Like it's not a big deal. Don't beat yourself up. I forget it all the time.
I know.
So I have to be someone who's like very grace filled and giving because I am very forgetful or late or whatever. So like I'm not gonna harp on anybody about that.
Well, I appreciate that.
So it's very easy for me to be like, no big deal.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
We're gonna get
there.
Our check-in time been 2 to 2:30 and the boat leaves at 3. Maybe we forget the dress.
Yeah, might have been pushing it too much.
Here we had wiggle room, and that's why I booked us the earlier time to check in was just in case.
Yeah, you're right. She's right.
Okay.
She's always right, as you guys heard on last week's episode.
Which was so funny because, like, you know, we had recorded that episode weeks ago.
Yeah.
We're listening back to it, and I'm like, I forgot that you even said that. She's like, oh, you make it a whole bit the whole episode.
Yeah.
And she said, you're never going to let me forget this. I'd forgotten it by the time I ended the episode
She'd
and never brought it up again.
That I said, it's nice to hear you admit when you're wrong.
She's like, you're never going to let me live that
down. But she has said it now a couple times on the show.
Now I had to. Once we re-listened to it in
now
this room together, I was like,
it's
okay. But I really will like let that go because it's things like that then start to be like, okay, is this a joke anymore? Are we still joking?
Are we joking?
Are we still laughing?
And I said, our first fight.
And I was like, no.
Our first fight.
I'm not going to harp on that. I know you know I'm right a lot.
Yes, of course.
I know you know that because you wouldn't be my friend.
Correct.
If you thought I was some like loser wrong girl.
No. I'm not friends with loser
not
wrong
gone girl, but wrong girl. You would not. You would not keep me this close.
That could be your novel. Wrong girl, parentheses, not.
It's like on Borat.
Remember when not
this is
was
a black suit? Not.
Remember how like hot that was when we were growing up?
It was so hot, which is exactly why Borat made it a whole joke.
Yes.
In that movie, which was like, this is how you tell a not joke. It's one of the funniest bits. And now that movie is not for everybody, and there are some parts that I understand people are like gross, but that not joke bit is so funny.
Like the bit. Who was that guy married to?
Sacha Baron Cohen was married to Isla Fisher.
Oh, Isla Fisher, but then they split up.
I think that they did.
They did.
Yeah,
that's
I
too
bet
bad.
It would be hard to be married to.
I think so. It would feel like
sometimes those funny guys are really hard to be married to, especially when you're like weird funny.
And you don't know what you're going to get. I imagine that it's like you don't know what version of them is waking up that morning.
That's exactly it.
That would be tough.
Yeah, that's tough. I can be the only one who's so funny, you know?
You're funny and perfect.
Thank you. And right. Okay, so we get on the boat. Instantly, we both clock that it is so wonderfully themed.
Yes.
There are the signage, the absolutely not everywhere, the leopard lifesavers, Heather in her leopard bathing suit floating on the water, like everything
is themed out. The music is bumping. The atmosphere is
fun.
We can all feel it.
Yes.
And it's very Heather. I think that
very
they just
Heather.
Nailed the energy of it. All of it just felt like Heather.
Yep.
And y'all, the difference between walking onto this boat and like the main kind of area you walk into versus when we did Utopia of the Seas in November.
Yeah.
It was night and day.
Night and day.
I mean, these are completely different ships.
Yes.
There's no words to even accurately describe how different this is.
It's so much smaller, so much more manageable.
Yes.
It's still just as beautiful.
Oh!
Like the details are beautiful. It feels like a really well-made luxury ship.
I think I prefer...
But it's so much smaller.
I prefer this size ship.
Yeah.
I
can tell that you do.
This size ship is for me. I'm not feeling as confused. I'm not sweating by the time I get to where I need to be because I've had to walk, a quarter of a mile, not even kidding.
Right.
Back and forth. I think I understand cruising.
Yep. Sorry. But it's Charlie.
Oh, it's Charlie.
It was.
I understand cruising now more doing this ship and that people really delight in it.
Yeah.
And even like how we've seen the promos for like the country music cruise that they're going to do, in a few months or whatever. Seeing that, I'm like, I get why this is fun for people.
Right.
I think Utopia of the Seas was a hard one for me to start with. Mm-hmm. And be so gigantic and feeling a little bit overwhelming with so many thousands of people and so many places to go and to be honest, some confusion.
Right.
And also we were working.
And we were working that one. Yes, it was just different in general, but that boat really is humongous. And when you walk on it, it feels like you've walked into the middle of a 3-story mall.
Yeah, you're like in a mall.
This one, you're like...
You're in a lounge.
There's a staircase. There's a lounge.
You walk in and you're in a very nice lounge.
That's it.
And there's polished wood and there's a piano. Yeah. And I don't know. I definitely felt more at ease.
Yeah.
When we hopped onto this boat.
I agree. I can totally understand that. I can see the appeal of the big ones because
what's more
the options.
Yeah, the options.
Tons of options.
And the entertainment, being able to see the performers that we saw on that one. You literally zip lined on that boat.
I know.
If you're going and you want the big slides and the zip line and all that kind of stuff, you do need to do these bigger boats. But I think if you're doing like a themed niche type of cruise, this is
perfect. And Six Man, who is what put this one on, they do a lot of those kind of theme ones. Like we were just seeing a promotion last night for this country cruise that's coming up, and that looked so much fun.
I mean, I was like, do I go on this country music cruise?
You can see why people do this.
Yeah,
I get it. Why. And we talked to Jeff about it.
Yeah,
the appeal of cruising for him and his wife.
Yes.
So we have really just loved seeing all the theming. We are with our people.
Yes, we are.
Heather McMahon fans are our people. That's right. Just, it's as simple as that. Mm-hmm. It's a ton of girls. It's some gays.
There's some gays, not as many as I thought.
Exactly, same. And then some married couples.
There's
definitely some husbands along for the ride.
Yeah.
And everyone is having a great time.
A great time. I'd say, though, it's probably like 90% women.
Easily.
You think that's about right?
Oh, yeah, if not more.
Yeah, maybe a little more. But everyone seems to be so very happy.
Yes.
No one seems stressed or uptight. Everyone's loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
I mean, most women have that drink package, and they are
drinking
the drinks.
We've only seen one thing of puke.
We did see one puke.
They were cleaning. They had the carpet cleaner out immediately.
Oh, they did a great job
cleaning it
that.
right up.
Yeah.
There's tons of staff. You don't need anything here.
No.
Everyone's at your beck and call.
Yeah.
Tons of great staff, from the pool deck to the food. Our service last night was incredible with Jefferson.
Oh, Jefferson.
It's been beautiful. It's been so nice.
Our guy that's coming in and he's doing our room each day. He is so sweet.
A delight.
He is the nicest.
He's the nicest. He just wants to make sure we've slept well. Yes. Are we comfortable?
Now,
do you need anything?
We do need to tell y'all. Something special did happen in Miami, and we have been receiving treats.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We have been receiving treats in our room.
So one of the guys we were chatting with was like, oh, I know the captain of the Norwegian Gem.
Yeah, because we told them, we're taking a
cruise. Oh, yeah, we're here to get on a cruise. And he's like, oh, I know the captain. And all his buddies were like, yeah, sure you do.
Sure.
Okay, you know the captain. What are you going to do? He's like, I'm going to get them a dinner with the captain on the boat.
He said, I will get y'all dinner with the captain.
So he shoots a text to someone, and they write him back immediately. Oh, I'm not on that boat right this second, but let me see what I can do. So
then the guy writes again and says, send me their names.
Yep.
And their room number.
Yep.
Or reservation number. And I'll see what I can do. And so we give the names and the reservation number.
Yeah.
And we never think of it again.
We never think of it again because we don't know them.
Yeah.
And so on night one, when we come back into our room, we see this bottle of wine,
a bottle of Merlot,
and two glasses.
And it says compliments of Marco Fantasia.
What a name.
That is such a name.
From now on, instead of Marco Polo, it is Marco Fantasia.
Yes, it is. And y'all better start doing that too, podcast.
Yeah. So that's important. So that's just like a new change. Like, hello, alert, boo, 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 boo. It's Marco Fantasia now. And so we're like, okay, that's interesting. I wonder if that has something to do with the captain.
Yeah. And so on the back, it has our room number written in someone's handwriting. And it says, send a bottle of wine.
So we're
like, Marco Fantasia. And we're kind of thinking, I don't know, are lots of people getting this? And then we start to think, and we're like, this could be our guy that got the connection.
Right.
Could be. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
So
we hold on to this card. Okay.
Now,
Marco Fantasia.
The next day, we come back to our room, and
the next morning,
and we get a knock on the door. And we open it, and it's our guy once again saying, this is compliments of the captain.
We have this for you. It's from the captain.
And we did he take it out?
Oh, he might have
taken it out.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's right here.
Oh, okay, great. I might have a little bite.
Okay.
He hands me this gorgeous chocolate plate.
Look at the clam.
It's a little chocolate clam. It has our names on it, Miranda and Kristen.
Enjoy your cruise.
And all these chocolates, macarons.
Yeah, from Roger Berglund, the captain. Compliments of the captain.
So now we have this card with Roger's name on it. Captain.
Yep, captain. Captain, my captain.
So the guy that's out here doing circles, his name is Roger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And he sent us treats. And so at that moment is when we knew, okay, so...
It has to be.
Marco Fantasia was like part of, this guy that we met in his connections.
Has to be.
So let's eat some of this chocolate.
Yeah, let's eat some of it. It's delish.
I love a strawberry anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think people need to know that about me. I like
a
strawberry jam. I like a strawberry ice cream. I don't care if it tastes like strawberries or if it tastes like artificial strawberries.
So if you're making a peanut butter and jelly, you prefer it with a strawberry jelly over a grape.
Absolutely.
And that's where absolutely not.
Are you doing like a Concord grape?
That's sick.
You like a
No, I'm doing a black raspberry ideally.
I mean, I love a black raspberry.
Ideally,
I'm not doing a
black
Concord
raspberry.
grape.
I'm doing a Concord grape before I'm doing a strawberry, I'll tell you that.
That's disgusting.
Uh-huh.
I do not like Concord grape.
No, it's giving poor, but I don't care. I don't care.
Now, I do like to use Concord grape when I make those little cocktail weenies.
Of course. Yeah. You have
mix
to.
that with the chili sauce.
With the chili sauce.
Ooh. Oh, that's my specialty.
I can eat a whole thing.
You can do meatballs in there or the cocktail weenies. Remember when Catherine...
Just put me on top of that.
Remember when Catherine from Southern
Crockpot.
You got there. Crockpot.
What's this?
From Southern Charm. Catherine made those meatballs with the jelly and the chili sauce.
It looks so terrible.
And they looked so bad. And she put them on top of pasta.
She's confused. She was so confused. Someone said, I have a great meatball recipe.
Yeah.
It's a cocktail meatball.
Yeah.
Not to be on top of spaghetti.
Not on
watching
spaghetti.
them eat that.
Okay, this one. I'm going to eat this. Her boyfriend was like, this is the worst thing I've ever... I mean, he didn't
what
say
was that
it.
Guy's name?
But his face... Oh, what? Ravenel. The last name was Ravenel.
The black guy?
Yes.
He and Thomas had the same last name. Oh, boy.
You know what? You know why.
I do know what that means.
And everyone was like, that's really freaking weird. His last name is Ravenel.
That's really weird.
Right?
And we do know what that means.
Right.
Okay, so anyway, right turn.
Let's take a right turn.
Right turn.
Let's take a right turn from Catherine and
boy.
her cocktail meatballs on top of spaghetti.
And let's go into the fun that we've had then.
Yeah, so let's go into... So we told y'all it was the Masters Party was the theme of day one, night one.
So everyone's in white and green
and we had
all over the ship.
We had an iconic, I feel, and I don't fear...
No, not a fear.
...moment of getting to watch the Masters on this beautiful ship, sailing the high seas like the pirate I am, with a huge jumbotron, and they're showing. And by the time we went up there, they were on like the 16th or no, maybe 14, 15.
Yeah,
because we watched some here in the room as we settled in, and then we go up. We get our towels. We lay out on the little lawn they've created. Watch the jumbotron, and the sun is setting, and we're just having a moment. We're eating pimento cheese sandwiches. We're watching the Masters. Music is playing. Like, it just was iconic.
It was so much fun to be watching it with all these other folks and people who are really into golf.
Yes.
People dressed as caddies.
Because the people that stayed the latest to like see the whole thing through, we were all the ones that were really into the golf.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we were cheering and whooping it up.
And to watch Rory win was so emotional.
Finally, the Grand Slam. The way that he reacted.
11 years.
I could cry thinking of it.
Oh, yeah. I did cry. I
You
sobbed.
did.
I sobbed my eyeballs out. I was so happy for him. And to watch it come down to a playoff, too. I mean, not have set the scene anymore.
And we were getting cold, y'all. The sun had set and we were feeling chilly.
Freezing.
But we said, no, we will stay right here. We're going to see this through.
We're doing it for Rory.
Yeah, for Rory.
Yeah, and he knew.
Yeah,
he knew we were there.
He heard our battle cry. Oh,
Yep.
and Charlie XCX played right before he was going to do his very last putt.
So you felt like that was a good
And
sign.
I said, the energy is right. I feel really good about this. He's going to make this putt.
You
I
did.
know he will.
Yep.
And he did.
And he did. So that was so fun. Like, that, not on my bingo card. To watch Rory win the Masters from the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
With all these fine folks.
I know.
Dressed as caddies.
Yeah. They were. There were so many funny outfits. We all have a lot of receipts. 'cause I
Everyone's
took
doing
pictures.
such a great job with the theme. With the themes, you know, each day we have a theme, and you can dress in that theme the entire day if you want, from your bathing suit all the way into the night.
Yep.
Or you can do whatever.
Yeah.
People are kind of all over
It's
the place.
all over the place.
But it's so fun to see.
It's
like
so-
every single girl was in a leopard
Yeah.
suit today.
I knew that
today was animal print.
was going to be everyone morning and night. We're going to be animal print all day. I knew it because everyone has animal print. We all love it.
Exactly. So I had ordered an outfit from Shein. I actually kind of don't remember ordering this specific one, but it was it was like a bikini, but I thought that the bottoms were much bigger. And the top I thought was really cute. And then it had a long flowy leopard skirt. So
That's
I'm
perfect.
like, okay, well, I guess I ordered that. And at some point I said that looks cute and I threw it in the order. And I got it in. The bottoms are so small. Like the amount of skin I'm trying to tuck into the smallest amount of fabric should actually be studied. I'm not going to show y'all, but it is underneath this robe. But I'm not going to show you it. But with the skirt on, it hit enough that I felt like, you know what? I was in a different bathing suit because it was also our pictures for Heather.
Yeah.
With Heather today.
That's right.
And so I'm like, well, whatever bathing suit I wear, I'm going to be getting a picture with her in. So I wore this black and neon one that I love and feel really confident in. But then as I was seeing everybody in their leopard, I'm like, you know what? I'll just go down and get the skirt and at least throw it over my black suit.
Yes.
But then when I got down here, I'm like, let me see if I can. And another thing, I couldn't figure out how to put the top on.
Yeah, she was gone a while.
I was gone a while because I could not figure out how to put the top on.
Yeah.
I had seen it. No, I'm sorry. I had tried it at home and I couldn't figure out how to do it. I brought it all the way here thinking these bottoms are so damn small. I can give them to Kristen maybe.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I can do this. So I went back to the order, went back to the picture.
Yes.
And that's when I realized, well, I can show you the top.
Yeah, show them the top.
Okay. So this is like, it's gathered here.
Yeah.
This look usually is what would go underneath in a regular.
How mine is. Mine's gathered under here.
See, so I kept trying to put this part underneath. No wonder I couldn't get it on. I finally go to the order form. I see the link. I see how that girl has it on. And then once I had the top on, I was like, I'll just wear the skirt with the bottoms.
Yeah.
And as we say often, you're never going to see these people again.
Never going to see them again.
Now, some of them we will because they are our followers or our listeners, but they know me. They've seen it all.
They're gonna see
out.
these pictures. Y'all, she looks amazing in this. It has the skirt with it. You're not seeing anything that you're like revolted by. You look great.
But these bottoms.
No, but we're not even seeing the bottoms.
No, you're not seeing them intentionally.
You have a flowy skirt
but
on
if
top.
I were to take off the skirt, there would be so much hanging out. Yeah.
But you don't need to take off the skirt.
I'm not taking off the skirt.
If you want to, you can, but you don't have to.
No. So we've had all these theme days.
Yeah, the theme days have been great.
Had all the theme nights. We've been going to the shows that we've wanted to see. We've been going to see the people. We have made it to karaoke. We've made it to a great nice date dinner.
Yes.
We've done all the things. I feel like we still have not seen the whole boat. We still need to walk and see the whole boat.
Y'all, it's still a cruise ship. It's still huge.
Yeah.
And, little promos will come on our TV, and I'm like, well, where's that thing?
Yeah, where's that?
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen the rock climbing wall.
So I haven't either.
No. What
the heck? I want to see the rock climbing wall. I want to know.
We saw the shuffleboard today.
We did see that.
We saw the outdoor running track.
Last night we did finally see the boutique.
Oh yeah, we finally saw where all the shops were. We're like,
yeah.
Are there no shops on this ship?
Yeah. It's just the way that it's laid out. You have to really go looking for things.
You do.
They fit a lot in on these ships. So
they do.
It's been so rad. The first night we ate at Oceans.
Y'all.
Wait, say it. Am I doing it?
This is so silly. It's so silly. I mean, y'all know I do love a pun and a play on words.
You do love a pun.
All the word play is very funny. But they're like, oh, there's an Irish pub on the ship. It's called Oceans.
And you thought the workers were trying to say oceans.
Oceans. OCEANS. We're on the ocean, but pluralized.
This is the open ocean.
So I was like looking for the word oceans. I couldn't find it anywhere. Y'all, they spelled it like O''SHEEHAN''S.
Yes.
So
Oceans. Yeah.
And then I got it.
Because it's Irish.
That's cute.
It's Irish.
Oceans, Irish, Oceans.
And it was perfect because Rory had just won the Masters.
Exactly. That was so cute.
It was very
meta.
A
Reuben.
We had a Reuben, of course.
Some pretzels in beer cheese or something, which is giving more German, but whatever.
Fish and chips.
Yeah, fish and chips.
And our 2 waters.
Exactly. I don't think we drank at all that night.
We didn't.
And then last night we got a bottle of wine.
So we went to the party where the singers and all of those were on the stage singing all the bops.
Oh yeah,
that's what we did
that night. Yes. After Oceans, there was an after party and there was a great band.
Yes, and one of the singers' names was Tristan. My son.
What are the chances?
And so every time he would do something, we would scream for Tristan.
And then we bumped into him the next day.
In the elevator. And the mom said, we named him after Tristan and he's old. And I said, yeah, we kind of played into that too, but we also love Legends of the Fall. And she said, I was so mad when that movie came out because my son's name was very unique. He was born before that movie. And then that movie came out and it just skyrocketed. And I said, I feel your pain. I get that. That's hard.
But you still named him after that. So,
you're
part of the problem.
I did.
Yeah.
But listen, it wasn't 1996.
She was mad at you.
It was 2012.
Totally.
And my Tristan's adorable.
Yes.
I mean, he should be proud to have this Tristan.
As walking alongside him.
Holding hands.
Yeah.
Arm in arm.
Footsteps. Yeah.
Soldiering on.
So shout out to all the Tristans.
Shout out to the Tristans.
And the moms who are struggling with the popularity in the name.
Shout out to this band. Because it was neat to run into him because we got to find out. I thought they were the cruise entertainment.
Right.
He said, no, Heather's people found us. We live in Texas. They flew us down here. They paid for us to be on the boat.
All of this entertainment has come from elsewhere. It is not part of the Norwegian family of cruise lines.
All the DJs, all the entertainment, Heather and her team.
The drag queens.
Yeah.
The DJs, everybody. And then all the comedians. So, like, this ship is full of comedians who Heather loves and who other people have come for those comedians maybe just as much, if not more, than for Heather.
Yeah.
So, it was smart to partner with all these folks.
So smart.
So, we're about to go see Becky Robinson.
Yep.
Which I'm so excited about. The Entitled Housewife. She does the funny bits where she's always on the golf course.
Yep.
And talking about her husband and, all the kids, where she like really doesn't raise them or see them. But she drinks a lot of wine.
She goes to get the Botox and the fillers.
She's just so funny. Like I love Entitled Housewife. So I'm excited to see Becky. Then we have Heather's show tonight.
Yes.
Because we haven't seen her stand up yet. You got split into different nights, but they had photo ops.
Yeah.
They have done a really great job of making you feel special.
Yes.
I feel like on this ship.
Yes.
We came back into the room and we had these cups. These absolutely not quencher cups.
Look at these cups, you guys. This is so nice.
Then there are luggage tags.
Yeah, cute little luggage tags
that we got today on our bed.
Yeah, show them that. And then we got the cute little silvery bags when we first got here.
Oh, yeah. Then these bags. So, like, if you didn't bring something, but you needed a little bag to carry things in. And those are themed. See the leopard print. And then says Heather McMahon, absolutely not cruise. But so her famous phrase is absolutely not N-O-T.
N-O-T.
But because it's a cruise, K-N-O-T. Like,
so
that's
cute.
Just, everything is precious. They've made us feel really special, and even without the captain stuff, I think we would feel very special.
We're very thankful for the captain and our connection to the captain.
Yeah.
And I feel
over there.
You saw my weave. It's like an animal. It just hides out during the day.
It's Animal Print Day, so
it's nocturnal.
Sense. Oh, it is nocturnal. It comes out at night.
My weave is nocturnal.
Makes sense.
But was there anything from yesterday? Yesterday was Bahama Tatiana Day.
Oh, so we went to the Bahamas. So we docked and we got off, which we didn't on our own cruise.
Yeah, we did not get on to the Bahamas when we were here in November. And we said, this time around, let's do it. Let's go in and see what this is all about. It was cute. We found a great restaurant, I feel.
Sharky's. Went to Sharky's, had we split a lobster roll and delicious coconut shrimp.
Oh,
delicious, so hot.
And I knew how much you wanted coconut shrimp.
I did, because you had just told me about your delicious coconut shrimp.
I know, and you got it on the brain, and I had seen a billboard for it, and it was everywhere. It was like swirling, and we knew we had to find it, and we did at Sharky's.
We found it at Sharky's.
We had
great
a couple little drinks there.
Shark attacks.
The shark attacks.
Yep.
And then, should we tell them about the market? The market we went to, that was such a interesting vibe weaving through.
Oh, yeah, that was so interesting.
It was interesting.
It's just, a big outdoor market for them, but mostly just blue tarps.
It was blue tarps and
all the same wares.
Almost kind of in a warehouse. And so as we're weaving through, it was all the same wares, booth after booth.
Yeah.
Right. It's
nothing different.
Yeah, nothing different. It's just how they've displayed it might be a little different. So I'm like, let's just weave through here to see if there's anything interesting.
Well, she was specifically looking for another puka shell necklace.
I said, I need another puka shell.
She needs another puka shell. Need. We're working on the need versus want. She's not quite getting it or grasping it, but we're trying. We're trying at least. And the prime example is I saw something today and I said, let me show you a screenshot of this hat that I took. And it's a hat and it says, the hell I won't.
The hell I won't.
The hell I won't. And I said, I kind of want this hat. And she goes, oh, you need that hat. Like that, just like that. It's so automatic for her to be like, you need it.
You need that.
So she goes, yeah, I really need a different puka shell necklace.
Yeah.
Because the one that you're wearing right now and the other 17 you brought.
Yeah. And then the final boss.
And then we do have the final boss, which will be on display tonight.
Yeah.
But the amount of puka shell necklaces.
I know. I just was like, they've got to have something that I need here.
And you looked
I
through.
did look, and there wasn't a need. There wasn't.
No.
But as we wove through this warehouse of tarps and wares.
Yes, tarps and wares.
We are hearing a hymn.
Yeah.
Someone singing a hymn.
A hymn you knew.
It was a hymn, and now it's escaping me. But, I think of how great thou art or something like that. Just boom.
I would have at least known that one and would have been delighted to sing along. But this one I really could not pick up on.
Yeah, it was a hymn that I knew. So I was starting to hum along. I thought, what is this? And
where is it coming
louder
from?
and louder and louder.
Yep.
And we get to the very back of this warehouse. We look up. There's like kind of a catwalk, and there's a man at a pulpit.
And then a woman just next to him.
Praising. She's praising next to him.
Yep.
He finishes his hymn, and then he starts to preach, or he does a prayer.
Yep.
He starts to preach, and it was just I've just never experienced anything like that.
So we don't know if maybe it was a church, a revivalist situation.
And the wares are part of the church.
And the wares are part of it, and I'm sure they're paying back to it or something.
I don't know, but it was a church plus a warehouse of wares.
Yeah.
And
that's interesting.
I just wanted y'all to know that that's something we did.
It was interesting.
And I said, Jen Davis would like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did make that remark.
Yeah. Well, I think that you said the Lord wants me to be here shopping. And that's what you picked up on more than anything.
And it was a Monday.
Yeah.
It wasn't
a Sunday.
It wasn't a Sunday.
So I think that the Bahamian people are just feeling richly blessed by the Lord and blue tarps.
And the blue tarps. So we breezed through there. We passed
There was nothing to buy.
Nothing to buy. Passed by Senior Frogs. Passed by some things.
Which is funny, y'all, because she mentioned Senior Frogs last week on the pod.
Yep.
And then we see the Senior Frogs. We also see a Margaritaville.
Yep.
We have to get a picture there.
Of course.
And we're trying to make our way to what we've been told is the public beach, which is down at the end, and there's lounge chairs and everything, but you got to go to the public beach, because I had seen on the private Facebook group where people were getting these day passes to Bahamar, to Atlantis, to these very nice, resorts that are on the Bahamas.
That was not for us. I just don't think I need to do a 20-minute cab ride.
Yeah.
Then over there. I mean, we didn't leave this boat that day until noon. Y'all, we slept in. We took our time. So that wasn't for us. But a
public beach, I'm like, well, let's go at least we'll find the public beach, because I know that you're going to make me put my feet in the water. And I have to go, look at the clear water. Clear water makes all the difference. I know you hate the beach, but that's because you only look at the Atlantic beaches. No, I don't. I look at other water, by the way, okay? But it doesn't matter, really. Yeah. Oh, you can see through it. That's the water that you want to be in. Do I? I don't know. I still don't know what's in there. I still don't like to be on the sand to go get to that clear water.
Correct.
And then be hot and sweaty and oily or greased up. I don't want to be
greased up.
I don't want to be greased up on my way and then get the sand stuck in the greasy. And then I got to go get in the water, and then the oil's not mixing with the water, so it's not doing anything. The water's not rinsing it off.
You were willing to try.
But I'm like, let me go do it. I'm a team player.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're like, we're here.
We're here.
We're here.
I'll go do it.
Yeah.
So we are looking for the public beach. We think we find it. So we plop down on 2 lounge chairs. We put our towels there for
and we made the remark as we sat on this beach. We looked around and we said, it's giving public beach.
It's giving public beach.
100%.
Similar to it's giving Scranton.
It's giving Scranton. It's giving public beach, because we had passed through the private beaches and the beach clubs
and the resorts. And they had their towels and they had their locks and they had all the things.
Yeah. And then we get to what we feel is the public beach, because it's giving public beach. And so we lounge there a bit.
And we start to make up stories about everyone around us. What's going on here with this family? What's going on with this one? Where's mom? Where's dad?
Those 2 are cousins.
Yeah, those 2 must be cousins.
And, those 2 are remarried. This is their second marriage. Yeah.
We go through a lot of that.
Yeah, a lot of that.
We remark how gorgeous this one woman was and her bathing. Oh, she's by the way on the cruise. I saw her.
No way.
Yeah, I saw her yesterday in the same bathing suit and everything. I was like, you're so beautiful.
Oh, you talked to her?
Yeah, I just said you're so beautiful.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
I'm glad you
spotted
told her.
you.
Yeah.
So we
try to find Juicy Joe.
We record a thing. By the way, you guys, we have been doing Patreons. They just will not upload.
I'm so sorry. The Patreons, because the internet, the download speed, it was God's gift that I was even able to get the podcast out.
I truly can't believe it.
Now that you're listening, this is last week.
Yeah, but it's been a journey, and so we're doing all these things, and we're enjoying our time on these lounge chairs, and then finally someone comes up to us and is like, is this your hotel?
Yeah. Are you part of this hotel?
Can I see your room keys or whatever?
No.
Oh, this is part of the hotel? We had no clue, and we genuinely didn't.
We didn't.
Really didn't.
I was shocked.
Yeah, I
that
said, well.
you were keeping this under lock and key.
Yep. This
is under lock and key. In my head, I'm like, what is the public beach?
Right.
You know?
Right. So we decided it's time to head back.
Let's be clear. Miranda took this as her sign from above that it's time to leave the beach.
It was probably time to leave the beach.
I've never seen her pack up faster.
I said, oh no, we are not members here. I have no room key to show you. Usually I would finagle. You know, I'd be like, you know what, girl, we did not know, but there's so many lounge chairs open. What if we $10?
Little tip.
I have some cash.
Little tip.
Would you let us stay
No.
here? I was so ready to go.
I couldn't even get my stuff. By the time I'm trying to find my shoes, she's already walking down the sidewalk. I said, wow. Okay,
I said,
let's
let's
get out of
go.
here.
Let's go, Red.
It's time to get back on the ship.
Let's go. I'm sure your hair misses you. Let's go. So we did. We packed up and we started to walk back, and I did go in the water.
You did. You put your feet in the water and you got a cute pic.
Got a cute pic so I can sell the damn bathing suit.
Yeah. You're trying to sell.
I'm trying always be closing.
ABC.
So we do. We get back. We meet some nice girls.
Yes.
Because everyone's there for absolutely not.
It's there for Heather, and all of them are nice. Everyone is nice.
They're great.
And then you got me my birthday gift.
I did.
And let's talk about that.
Yeah, so I was humbled once again. You know, this is just a lesson in humility for me, I guess, every day that I'm here. Because we go to another like little, you know, outdoor store, and they have some cute sweatshirts. One of them, Kristen said, you know, I like this one because it's giving Bill Cosby. I then reminded her that he's a molester and we don't want to be giving Bill Cosby. And she was like, oh, well, I still like the sweatshirt. I said, okay, well, I'm buying you whichever sweatshirt. Let me not buy you the molester sweatshirt. So she finds another one that she likes. No molester. You know, if I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. No molester sweatshirts. Thank you. So she finds another one in the same little area. And I say to the guy, how much is this? He goes, $50.
$50.
I said, 50? Because I thought for a second
15.
it was maybe 15.
Yeah.
And we've been told wrong numbers this whole time. So I said, really? 50 here in the Bahamas in an outdoor market.
In this little market outside in a shack.
50. He said, yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, well, those are 30.
Yeah.
Because he had seen some other ones we were looking at. And I said, 30 is even too high. We know that.
Yeah, you and I both know, sir.
We both know. Look me in my eyes, young man. Okay? You've been listening to a little too much of that preaching. Maybe making you feel a little too puffed up and big.
I think so.
But boy, oh boy.
The prosperity. He's he's
looking for those riches.
Yeah, yeah.
So I said, all right, well, I'll give you 30 for this one, the $50 one. I'll give you 30 for this one. I fully expect him to be like, great.
No,
not 30.
So we had to try to play along. And Miranda's like, hang it back up.
Hang it back up, Kristen. Sorry. I wasn't planning on spending this much. And he was like, okay, bye. He called my bluff.
You know what I think it is?
He called my bluff.
I was giving eager energy.
Yeah. You got to play it cool.
He knew. No, this redheaded girl is getting this sweatshirt. Yeah. She's either going to buy it for herself or her friend's going to break. Mm-hmm. And I know she's not going to walk away.
And he knew. He
called it. He held strong. He held
strong. I said 35. No.
40.
Okay, then at 40 is what it is. I start to pull out my cash. And it's in cash, buddy. I'll just give it to you in cash. No, it's 50.
It's 50.
I said, no way. Is this sweatshirt in the Bahama Shack $50? They're charging that in Charlotte.
They are.
Charlotte,
like stitched sweatshirts are
at a nice at a store where people are being charged $5,000 rent.
Yes,
a month.
Yes,
our 300 square feet.
Our Pookie sweatshirts were probably 60.
Oh my God, our Pookie sweatshirts were insane.
Yes,
no, our Pookie sweatshirts
were even more,
but slightly more. But to your point, that's Pookie.
That's Pookie.
This just says Bahamas.
It's
just a generic Bahamas sweatshirt.
It's a Pookie drop. It's very rare. It's a rare item. Drop. It's like a Pokemon. These sweatshirts are everywhere.
Not the Pokemon.
They're everywhere.
That brings me up to a story that I have to tell you about Pokemon.
Great. Do you want to share it?
It's just going to be a little right turn, and then we'll get back to the sweatshirt because I know y'all are waiting with bated breath to see if we bought the sweatshirt or not. And by we, me. I'm driving in Charlotte the other day.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me pull up my notes app real quick. I want to make sure I get the exact wording correct. I'm driving down Nations Ford, I think, or something. And there's a strip club.
Okay.
Right there on that road. And it's the Gold Room. It's called the Gold Room Strip Club. I think it's on Old Pineville Road, Nations Crossing, somewhere over there, somewhere by my house.
Yeah, near you. I'm so
super close. Yeah. And the sign said, strip club here. And then it said right underneath that, rare Pokemon / VIP rooms.
Oh, what?
I want you to know that the Gold Room Strip Club in Charlotte is trying to lure people there with a rare Pokemon.
And I know, without a shadow of a doubt,
people have gone to get it.
People have gone to go there
to
get that rare Pokemon. People take this so seriously. If you have
yes.
a Pokemon Go app,
yes,
I actually just found out recently at a soccer game, you can buy a little clip-on Pokemon ball and you clip it to your belt and you wear it around every day, and it will buzz and light up to let you know you are near.
How much is that ball?
I think it's about $50 is what it was. A granddad who
well, you
wears
should have spent it on that instead of the effing sweatshirt.
So I could go to the strip club and catch this very rare. So I wonder what it is.
You can catch this rare Pokemon, but it was just so funny. It was like literally, like the signs, like where you see like new Bojangler is back.
Yeah.
But it said Gold Room Strip Club, rare Pokemon, VIP rooms. That's because these are one and the same.
This is a combination I never saw coming.
Right? I drove by it and I said, I'm putting it down. It's number 18.
Number 18 on the list.
It's number 18.
God, I brought up Pokemon.
Thank God, because I have been dying to tell you this, but I wanted to tell you it on the pod. I almost told you it the other day. You mentioned something, and I was like,
no. I probably mentioned like Pikachu or something.
Maybe it was Pikachu.
I'm always bringing him up.
But so you guys,
or they.
Anyway, I'm going back to.
He's a they them. It's a they them.
Pikachu is?
I don't know.
Has this been announced?
But does Pikachu have a gender? I think is what I'm trying to understand.
I don't know the first thing about Pokemon.
How often do you think about Pikachu's gender?
0 times in my life have I ever thought about his gender, and I try not to think about Pikachu or Pokemon in general. This was the only interesting thing that I'm ever going to say about it. The only thing. I don't know anything else.
I can't.
It's not a part of my family's life. Again, one of those blind spots.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just a blind spot for me. Now, I think my girls had cards.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think that they gave them to your kids when they got over it.
Yeah, your girls had cards.
I think that they gave the cards to your kids. And so but even then, and I try to show interest in my kids' stuff.
Yeah,
Y'all know it's a tenet of my parenting. But when it came to Pokemon and those cards,
yes.
I said, I will buy you the binders. I will buy you the sleeves.
Yes.
I will encourage the organization of it.
Yes.
You can carry them around. But that is as far as I'm going.
Yeah, you're not buying the clip-on Pokemon
We're not hunting for them.
Yeah.
They just played the card game.
We hunted a little bit for them during COVID because that was hot in 2020. And I was like, well, there's nothing to do, so let's go around town.
Makes sense.
And
it feels like geocaching.
Yeah, it
right?
is like geocaching.
I get that. I just tell me if you go to the Gold Club.
Okay,
I guess is what I want to say here. I want to brought this up by saying, if you go to the Gold Club, tell me if you find the rare one.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if it's in a VIP room or if they were just advertising that there's a rare Pokemon and they have VIP rooms.
Here's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
If I just drive by, if I get close enough to the building, can I catch the Pokemon?
No, I think you got to go in.
I got to go inside.
I think so, because why else is it a draw there?
We are going to go there.
They want you to spend their money.
On our
money.
On our bus tour.
That's a great idea.
We're going to go by the Gold Club.
That's a great idea.
And we're going to try to catch it.
We're going to get that done because I do think it's one of our better ideas. And we've had a lot.
I think
that the bus tour is one of the better ideas. And people are already like, hey, have y'all planned that yet?
Yeah.
Like, they actually care.
Yeah, we're going to be going by the Dunhill. We're going to be going by the Gold Club.
God,
we're going to go find the tree that I ran into.
There's so many places.
Yeah.
There's so much Atslore in Charlotte because that's where we live.
That's where we are.
Okay, so anyway,
so people
where we don't live,
they're trembling with fear because they want to know if we got the sweatshirt.
Where we don't live is the Bahamas. And that's where the sweatshirt is. Segue. Okay. So I say 45, best and final. No. So Kristen really wanted this sweatshirt.
I said, I will buy it.
And I said, no, the whole point was, Kristen, I don't even mind spending $50. I'll spend anything on you.
You
You're
just
the
didn't
light
want to
of
be
my life.
You didn't want to be
I just
bamboozled.
didn't want to be bamboozled. And I like to win.
You do.
I like to win. And I can usually barter.
Yeah.
I can usually go back and forth with something. It doesn't make me uncomfortable. It does make some people uncomfortable.
Yeah,
They
you're so
absolutely
good at
will
it.
not do it.
Yeah.
But I'll do it.
You do it.
And so I wanted to do it, and I wanted to win. But what Kristen said is he wanted to win too.
He did.
Not more. Don't be confused, y'all. He didn't want to win more than I did, but he did want to win too.
He did.
And so I was willing to accept that.
He was not going to budge.
And I said, okay.
There is part of me that wonders if we fully had walked away, if we had moseyed on down, would he have finally said, but I felt like we sold it. We said
he was not chasing after. There was no world in which he was chasing after us. And maybe they just sell enough at the full price that they don't have to. Dang. I don't know. Maybe stock was low on that one. Maybe. But you know what? I would think that the molester Cosby ones would be harder to sell.
I would think so too. You think
Anyway.
they come down lower on that? On the
yeah,
Cosby's?
so maybe it's easier to sell those green. I don't know. They're probably low. They're probably low on the stock for the ones you wanted, because I have a surplus of the molester Cosby ones. So they
hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah, but we made it work. I forked over the $50.
You did.
And she was delighted by her new sweatshirt.
I love it. It's so
she loves
soft.
it. It's so cute.
Says
She hasn't worn it
Bahamas.
yet, but she does really like it.
Well, I don't want to mess it up.
Okay.
I feel like I need
with
to,
your tan.
Yeah, I need to save it and
wear it back in Charlotte.
Yeah, like treat it right.
Okay.
Treat it well.
Well, no, please treat it well.
I'm gonna think of you and your $50 every time.
It's the least I can spend on you.
I know.
For your birthday. I'm happy to do it. I just wanted to win.
I know.
Even $5 off would have been happy. I would have been happy at 45.
I should have just said to him, let her have a little win.
No, he wasn't.
Give her the 5.
He wasn't doing it. He wasn't doing it. And for that, I'm proud of his perseverance. And again, maybe that was another part of the preaching that he heard was about perseverance. And that mixed with prosperity, I was no match for.
2 more P's. 2 more P's. Y'all know it.
The 5 P's.
5 P's plus
2.
perseverance and prosperity.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, that hits.
That hits.
That really is good.
Yeah, that's
7 P's.
I love 7 P's. I love a callback.
I love an alliteration.
And so last night was Bahama Tatiana.
Oh, yeah. You looked so good. This girl turned heads on this ship.
Sweet.
People could not stop staring, some scowling, whatever.
Some
scowling. That's okay. We understand.
But I wore this outfit in Costa Rica, and it's such a niche because we did a tropical night in Costa Rica, and it's such a niche outfit that when this came up, I was like, I can wear that again.
Because you can't wear this in Charlotte. This is not a Charlotte outfit.
There's nowhere to wear it in Charlotte.
No.
And I thought, okay, this will be good.
But everyone loved it.
Yeah,
I mean,
was cool.
everyone loved it. I really wanted Heather to see you in it. I wanted the drag queens to see you in it.
I know.
But, it was enough for me to have the rest of the boat see you in it.
Yeah.
It was enough. But, if I could, in my perfect world, I did want Heather to see you in it.
I know. I felt like we kept missing Heather yesterday.
We do. So I turned on my notifications, which is why I keep looking at my phone. I'm sorry to be so rude, you guys.
No, just in case she says where she is.
I turned on this notification for her story specifically, just so that we can see where is she on this boat.
Oh, we didn't tell them we did get to see her yesterday. We got pictures with her.
This is the big reveal.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, I forgot.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for queuing it up. So she had done this fun Family Feud style game.
Yes.
On the stage.
Yes.
I'm choked up talking about it. Give me 1 second.
Slurp it down.
My chapstick's in here.
Oh. Wait, your chapstick's in the bottle?
Yeah, it started to melt outside, and I couldn't have that because I'm down to my last little bit, so I stuck it in the cold water so it could harden back up.
Where is my crickets button? I have nothing to even say to that.
It worked perfectly.
I can't even understand what you just said, what I just saw with my eye. What? She just fished her chapstick tube out of her water bottle from hours ago.
So my chapstick was in my bag out in the sun. It melted. I went in. I was like, oh boy, this is the last of my chapstick. I'm already digging it out with my fingernail. And so how can I get it hardened back up real quick? Pop it right in my ice cold water. And so it's been jingling, a little jingle in my Viores in there. And now we're good.
Like, who just sets a random object in their water bottle.
Well, I needed it to harden back up.
Not me. Not me.
She was at the Show Me Your Mew Mew fashion show.
Oh, she was?
That's where she was. Yep. So
that's what I'm saying. I feel like we keep missing her. We're not quite calculating exactly where she's going to be versus where we want to be.
And I'm usually very good at that.
I know. I feel like you are usually
very good at that. But we did make it work yesterday.
Yesterday we saw her.
So she was on doing Absolutely Feud. So Family Feud style. You know how much we love Family Feud.
Yes.
Steve Harvey, everything. By the way, I could have hosted that so much better.
You really should have been the host.
I should have been the host.
You know the rules like no one else.
And it just, I will say that the host of some of the shows could be a little bit better.
Yeah.
That's all. That's my only critique.
Yeah.
It's my only critique of the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, you got to get the crowds going and you got to be able to banter back and forth with the guests and you have to know the rules of the show. It's like they had never watched Family Feud before.
Yeah,
and
you
you're
gotta
hosting
know.
Family Feud.
You gotta know the rules of the game.
She's like, oh, the other person goes now? Oh, it's 3 strikes and you're out?
Yeah,
It drove me crazy. So Heather's up there with her family and friends, and then it's against this other group that applied to be on it and was on the boat.
Yes.
And so it was so fun, and we watched the whole thing, and it was great. And then we noticed that Heather has gone off to the side, and she's been very hard to like find on the boat, as we've said.
Yes.
And so it was kind of like, this might be our one chance. We knew we had a photo moment with her today. Everybody got a photo moment with her today, but we knew we couldn't talk.
We knew that was going to go so quickly, and it did. It did.
So we decide to go over there and just see her kind of talking to a few people, and there's a barricade up, but easily we can still, get close enough to her. So hanging back, that's the key. Not too eager.
Yes.
You got to hang back just a little bit.
Back.
The other people are just right up on it. But you know what? Just seem chill, because she'll want to come up to you because you're not, you know?
Yes.
So we're just kind of hanging back, and it's fine. And she says hello to this person, and then it's just about to be our turn. And do you go first?
I go first.
You go up to her first.
Yep.
And you're like, hey.
But you're kind of right there too.
Yeah, just kind of right close by.
Yeah.
But you have a moment.
Yeah.
Do you get the selfie then?
No.
Okay.
We just exchange and we say, oh my gosh, hey Heather. I mean, pretty quickly she like looks at you because you're right next to me.
Yeah. And the most shocking thing happened.
Y'all. She's talking to me, and then she looks at Miranda and says,
she goes, oh my gosh, Miranda, you came?
She knew her name.
So sweet.
And she was delighted that you were there. And you were like, of course I came.
Of course I came on your cruise. Like, girl, we're girls.
Yeah.
Like, we're girls.
We're girls, Allie Luber. And it was just so neat to see that she could call you, but not only just remembered you and your purple hair, but could call you by name.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
It's been a long time of following her.
Yes.
A long time of following her. Sarah Shaler tipped me off to Heather in 2018 or 19.
Yeah.
Because Heather was doing her Insta stories the way I do my Insta stories, which is just come to camera, no matter what you look like, no matter what you have to say, and say it.
Just raw dogging.
Just raw dogging it all day, every day.
Yeah, always.
And Sarah was like, there's a girl in Atlanta who, like, you're her, and she's you, and you should follow her. She's so funny. Sarah Sheeler, like, changed my life in that way.
Thank you, Sarah. We love you.
Because she... I'm sure we would have eventually found her when she popped off along when she boom.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure we would have eventually found her like everybody else.
But I'm glad that we've known her from even before. And
she did not have the swipe up.
She didn't have 10,000 followers.
She did not have 10,000 followers. And when she got the swipe up, I remember DMing her and being like, you finally got the swipe up. And she's like, I don't know how to use it. Can you teach me?
Yeah.
I almost drove to Atlanta to help her set up her Amazon storefront. Like to help her with things because I was watching her flounder in the way I was.
Yeah, to figure out how do I make money. Because at that point, Heather was still living with her mom and was like, I need to figure out how to capitalize on this. I need to make some coins. I mean, she would talk about all of this on her pod and on her stories. And
her mom was really helping her.
Yeah.
Was like, she moved back in with her. And then we were waiting for Jeff to propose.
I know.
We've seen her through all these different things. And so, but I had followed her so long ago that my messages would go right through. There was no one else to DM with, you know, maybe for her or not as much. And so I still think that they pop up pretty high because of it.
Yes.
Just because there's been so much rapport back and forth. I tried to help her with her pneumococcal antibody immune deficiency. I'm like, girl, I know what you have.
Yes. Always sick.
Always sick, but
Always
I just
sick.
was trying to be helpful to her always. Never someone who's writing and like asking for more. Like never asking for tickets or anything like that.
No.
But when she launched her first comedy show tour, she came to Charlotte to Comedy Zone. We went and saw her. We had the front row seats, like middle table.
We got pictures with her.
Got pictures, and even then, during those pictures, she was like, Miranda, oh my God, you're here?
Yeah.
That's the last time I've seen her in person, because when we went to Charleston, we didn't do the meet and greet.
We didn't do the meet and greet.
So what I'm saying is, what's impressive is not me.
Yeah.
It's that she has committed people's faces and names to memory.
Amazing.
Because she cares.
So amazing, you
Isn't
guys.
that dope?
It's so
not
dope.
about, if I had seen her do that with other people, I would have thought it equally as impressive.
Yeah.
That you remember. And the last DM we've had together has been a long time. It's not like I'm constantly in there.
Yeah.
It's very niche or specific if it needed to be something.
And also probably there is, like, now she has such a big team of people around her that it may not always even be her that's on her Instagram. So she really filed that away in her brain years ago.
Which was crazy. Now, of course, she was like, I still love the purple, you know.
Yes.
She specifically, like, I
the
think
purple
touched
hair
my
helps.
hair.
Yes.
Touched my hair and was like, and you're still doing the purple. Like, yeah. You remember.
Yeah.
It's so impressive to watch someone have meteoric rise, fame. She co-hosts Hoda.
Yeah.
I mean, Jenna.
Yeah.
She's a regular co-host. She is selling out Radio City. She is on nationwide tours. She sold out this boat.
Yeah.
Like, and for her to go, Miranda, you came. Like, it delighted her.
It's just so
speaks to who she is as a person.
Yes.
And we made the right person famous. You know when we say that? We made the right person famous.
Yes.
This is what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely yes.
Yes. To making the right person famous.
Famous.
To make the right person famous. Absolutely yes. But speaking of trying to make the right people famous, I'd love to go to Becky Robinson.
Okay.
And it is 3:40.
Yeah.
So we need to put some clothes on and go laugh at the Entitled Housewife.
Yeah. So you guys, next week, we're going to come back at you with more cruise recaps. We still have the whole rest of the day, the whole rest of tomorrow, and then the day that we leave. So there's going to be so many
and
more.
there's more stories that we didn't share.
I know.
So what we need to do is go back to our pictures and stuff, I think, and look at some more funny stories to tell.
There's more funny stories from
tall
last
girls.
night. The tall girls.
We have tall girls to talk about.
And we have receipts for that.
We have triplets.
I got bumped last night.
Ooh, you got body checked.
I got body checked by someone.
Yeah.
There's not much to the story other than I got body checked. So that's that story.
We have Cody.
Cody.
Not a gay man.
Yes.
So like there's
much more to come.
Much more to come, but this has been so great. We are so glad we're here again. Really thankful to the Patreon. I don't know why I can never commit this. Thankful to the patrons.
Yes.
Because that's like our steady stream of income coming in every month. And that's what really paid for us to be able to come on this cruise. So
yes.
Thank you so much. And then the folks who did Venmo us money. So sweet. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to start tagging you.
Yes.
In the stories you'll see. This is coming out after because we're in the future. Goodbye. All right. We got to go. All
right. Bye.